Alright guys, welcome to my newest video. It's been a couple of days. I've been busy coaching over the weekend and we got new things coming up for, new types coming up. People are getting coaching from me. Been like literally spending like 30 hours a week just coaching people on many things, resulting in, more wins, more discussion points, and people wanting to build different decks like Zaft or CB or Age Gundam, right? Brew Holmes, if you're listening to this, I'll get to you soon, man. Don't worry. Age has got some stuff going on, not crazy stuff, but it's got some sauce in there. So, before we get started on this video I'm pretty much making because this deck was made in GD03 right at the beginning, and I did not upload it because I was gonna work on it a little bit, but I really think that I'm gonna leave it up to you guys on how you guys enjoy this deck, where you guys take it from here. And this deck already goes on win streaks, and if it's going on win streaks on the client or in person, etc., and when it was first built, it was getting like multiple wins in a row, like Daddy two times. Pretty much, it was built for him almost in a way, because he has been playing red blue for a while, basically since GDO1. That's where he's gotten all of his new type tops for his new type challenges, and he's won a lot of locals with that, and basically clan next to it, right? So I haven't touched this deck, and I want you guys to basically take this and then go enjoy and change up whatever you guys feel like you guys want in the deck. Whether you guys want Amuro, you guys want the NT Gundam, you guys want more burn cards, you guys want more pilots, you guys whatever, right? Healthy Curiosity, more draw power, different bases. However you feel like the deck should be turned or changed, that's up to you. I'm not going to cover all the cards because red and blue have such deep card pool and so many options you can really go down that it's too much, okay? Now, I already recorded this video, but I'm going to re-record this here because my original video I made, I was like, okay, I'm not going to cover how burst works, but for you guys that are new to my videos and, as the godfather of burst decks, you guys should probably get an explanation on how this works. If you guys are just, first time to my channel, first time to my videos, I go pretty in detail about it. I was trying to make this video shorter for everybody, but it's going to be longer because I'm going to explain, I guess, more of how this works. So let's immediately start off with the top, and then I'll cover everything else after that. We're starting with 4 Rozelles. Okay, so the red Rozelles, Messer type FO2 Mine Layer, pretty cool from Hathaway. Then we got 4 Baby Kshatriyas. Then we got 4 Big Kshatriyas. Then we got 2 Unicorn Destroy modes, 4 Cubellis, 4 G-Quux Omega Sakamu, level 8. We got 4 Close Combats, 4 Mine Asteroids, 4 Battle Aces, 4 Improved Technique, 4 Short Resolves, 4 Murder Cruises, and 4 Hamans. Okay, now if you guys have been getting coaching by me or listening to my videos for enough, you guys will know that I hate running 4 of everything in a deck. I really do. Like, I don't think that's how a deck should be made. I hate when I look at Bandai games and I'm like, oh, everything's running 4 of the exact same cards. Right now the card pool is kind of limited, but number 2, this is a burst style and very heavy on what it's trying to do in terms of like serious pingage, and it's really just trying to utilize these two different sets of cards here, which is all these big cards right here that do a bunch of damage, Kshatriya all the way to level 8 G-Quux, and then all of this burn right here. We got Close Combat to improve technique, which really leaves us with no room because all we got is Short Resolve here, and we got like our early game cards. And even our early game cards link with Murder Cruise, we're kind of stuck with running that. And Haman is our pilot for Q-Belly, so we're kind of locked in terms of what we have. Now, in terms of making adjustments to the deck, you can go in many different directions. Very first thing I want to say about this deck is when you first start playing it, you are going to immediately recognize that you have like 10 cards in your hand. Do not worry, that is extremely normal and supposed to happen. What is not supposed to happen is you freaking out and realizing that I drew into all my big cards and I'm going to lose the game. That's not how it works. If you guys are new to burst style decks or, burst mode decks, essentially, you do not lose the game. And this is the whole reason why this was created in the first place back in GDO1, like when I first started playing, was because you could not beat aggro unless you kind of got lucky or they had a very slow start. And then I started playing first contact burst and basically getting me to wing 0. Close combat and all these things as well. First Contact was great. I love First Contact as a card. Maybe that'll be a video for Wing Zero when I release that. But over here we have Close Combat, Battle Aces, and Improved Technique. This is the red burn package. Okay, this is very, very good. If you guys like Academy, you guys can try this out in the Academy as well, because you guys can get the cards back. It's protective against aggro decks that can rush you down, and you guys can get good value off of it. Now, how does playing a burst style deck work, or burst mode deck? Okay, basically, the most important step of playing this is take hits to the face. Okay, that's the most important part. When you play all the cards from your hand, you will run out of cards. Okay, now maybe not in this deck, but in normal decks, you would run out of cards. So what we do is you need to use it. You need to be able to take hits to the face and understand that your shields are loaded. You're playing Russian roulette, and if they go after your shields, their units will start popping off and dying one by one from all of your burn damage burst cards. Okay, and that's very important. This used to be a lot harder to do, so we would play like blockers or maybe some more early game cards and gun tanks and auctions. But now that we got improved technique, all the red decks that use all three of these maximized, which is a lot of them. Now you guys might have been noticing even on the internet now from my clan, from my red velvet deck, which I still think the red velvet deck is like better than this one, but this is the red blue version, and it's still pretty damn good. Um, Improved technique basically gave us that one extra card we needed. When all range attack would only ping for one, this thing pings for three and basically takes everything out. Okay, when close combat fails, improved technique basically just goes, no, your Rick Diaz and your Anxas are all dead. Your Rizels are also being shot. So what we do is we take hits and we allow our shields to clean up the board. Okay, that means we don't have to freak out. We can basically take, okay, our result's going to hit your shields, your result will hit my shields, but my shields are loaded with the burn damage spells, so I have the advantage in terms of like if we're trading blow for blow, my shields are just superior than yours, and when I have to rely on that a little bit. Now, sometimes you're going to get 0 burst cards from your shield, but that's kind of very, very unlucky since we're running like so many burst cards and a lot of like 12 burned cards here. But it can happen, okay? That's just part of the game, and that's RNG. But you have to take hits. Bases, play the base at the very beginning in this deck in particular, because if you draw into a burn spell, you can still play it from your hand and it's no problem, okay, at all. But because there's a lot more mid-range decks in the game at the moment and suppression exists, we are running bases. I think suppression is very powerful in the game. Obviously, this entire deck is a double strike deck, so we're running G-Quux with suppression, Q-Belly with suppression, and Unicorn Banshee mode here, destroy mode, that has double, like can strike twice and take our opponent's shields out and win us the game. So that's obviously what the deck is trying to do. So it's very important that we play the base out very, very early so we can draw into one of these like big cards in our units, maybe a short resolve, maybe a pilot, and now we can make better decisions on how to play the game out going into like turn 4, 5, 6, and etc. Right? The more pilots we have, the more links we have, the more damage we have, the better we basically do, or we can draw into a short resolve, play that to draw even more cards. Very, very useful. But we don't need to panic if our opponent has multiple units on the board. We kind of cleared them out with Kshatriyas and Links and burn spells, and our shield will help us in that sense and clean up the board. So please take hits to the face and don't worry about it too much. Then you want to always start with the game with a mining asteroid if you can. Mining asteroid will basically protect you. It will buy you time and let you draw into more cards, and then you can basically hold close combat battle aces if you want to and pick up like their linked Gundams and other cards that they play. Um, Now, our next step is to play a Messer type, which is our Rizal. This is in the deck to basically go over a blocker and take out that EX base. We want our opponent to not have bases up, so when we eventually get to our suppression, it goes straight through and they can't do anything about it. Right? Obviously, they're going to play a base afterwards at some point, which is where our Kshatriya links them into play, or our baby Kshatriya. Any of these Kshatriyas will basically link up, take out the base immediately or as fast as we can, and then keep their bases out of the picture. If you don't have these, do not worry. Most of the time, because you're not going to be playing any cards early on, your opponent might be looking to do something. He's going to play his own base, reducing his own HP by taking out the EX base and picking up a shield down to 6 total. You can then take out that EX base and then continue to go on your way into suppression, which is all these guys right here. So once we do that, the gameplay is pretty simple. We play Baby Kshatriya. It's in the deck because it is a 5/5 stat stick, which is gonna basically pick up anything at once. If we link it, right, it's good enough that it can they can't swing Gundam Amuro into it. It will basically kill Gundam Amuro, which is why it's here. It will literally pick up Gundam Amuro, it will ping something else off. If you are versing into a very, very heavy token deck, this is the exact reason why I'm running like 4 copies of Kshatriya, because I do not want to sit down at any type challenge or a tournament. My opponent decides to play Cyclops team or just some sort of like weird giant token deck like the old or new UNE, whatever it's called, right? I don't want to sit down and lose to tokens all of a sudden for no reason, or 1 Year War, which also runs heavily on tokens with the Zaku 2 tokens or Corsica based tokens. This is why we're running 4 Kshatriyas. We don't have any crazy early game, so Baby Kshatriya is pretty much going to help us get there, and we never, ever, ever want to get cheesed by tokens. This pretty much says, hey man, you're playing tokens, I'm sorry, but I completely hard counter you from level 4. You are pretty much done. You can quit the game and please like wait 30 minutes for the next round, okay? So you want that free win if you ever decide to play into tokens. So we're playing 4 of these. Also, this is a level 4 2 cost, which means we can spam multiple in 1 turn. Our Rizella is also 2 cost. Now the Baby Kshatriya has 4 HP, which means Wing Zero cannot hit us. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you that Fatal Strike can only target our red Rizal, which is Messer type. Okay. Um, Improved Technique can only target our Messer type in terms of like one-shotting it. So we're not worried about Fatal Strike, we're not worried about Improved Technique too much, and we're not worried about Wing Zero because Wing Zero is not going to one-shot any of our units, so we're not giving them a bunch of units. We're not playing any blockers, so we can't get picked up by Shenlong and Ultron and all this stuff. We just have good units here and 4 HP on everything. So obviously ping can kind of like ping us in battle aces and so on, but it uses 2 cards. Purple can ping us eventually, but if Mirta Cruz has is on Kshatriya, all of a sudden it's 5 HP, right? It's gonna they're gonna have to ping it multiple times to take it out. So that's multiple pings that they have to play, multiple cards, and a 5/5 stat stick is really really good at killing other red decks or purple decks because their links are all usually around 5 HP, and it's also good at getting rid of a Gundam Amuro, right? Gundam Amuro is not going to want to link and swing into Baby Kshatriya. It wants to link and swing into like your early game blockers and so on, which brings us back to our Rizal. Rizal, if your opponent decides to play a Wing Gundam or a lock on, when they go into our Messer type, this thing has 4 damage on it, which is really, really good because 4 damage means a battle aces equals 7. It will take out the Wing Gundam, it will take out the Big O, it will take out multiple things in the game immediately with that 4 damage. It's pretty big. When you're playing this deck, you're going to start to realize that you have all these cards in your hand and you have all your mana open, right? Which means if you know your opponent is going to play Ale Strike or Gundam Amuro or any of these cards, I need you to hold close combat battle aces, combine them together, use them as a combo piece to pick up your opponent's unit. For example, if I was playing the mirror match and I know my opponent's going to play the Kshatriya Link because they want to go aggressive on me. They're going to play Kshatriya, play the Kshatriya Link, swing at me, or it's late game and I know they're going to play Unicorn Banshee mode and link it with Kshatriya to swing at me. Well, I'm going to hold close combat and battle aces, which is one of the counters to this deck or Unicorn in particular. I'm going to hold it in my hand, and when they play this and try to link it on attack, they're going to use their ability, take all their trash, put it into their deck, shuffle it, and then I'm going to go close combat battle aces, and that destroys their unit. They're no longer, their unit's gone, okay? That's a huge win for us, and you have to hold your close combat battle aces or any combination of spells you can to take out your opponent's particular very, very strong links, and that's very, very powerful. Red is one of the only decks in the game that kind of wants to play on your opponent's turn a lot more heavily than just playing on your own turn and using all your resources on your own turn. So that's why they were playing these early game cards essentially. And then we have Kshatriya here. So this is obviously just going to help us ping things up. One thing to note if you're playing against a deck like Clan, don't swing the Kshatriya because they will first strike it. Okay? Don't swing with it because they will send their small unit into it, then they'll play their purple cards and ping it off the board. You can basically just leave it standing because the game is going to go late game. You're going to get to your G-Quacks, your Q-Bellies, and so on. So there's no need to swing. In fact, let your opponent swing into you. Let them take out your Mining Astral Blast. Let them take out your shields and activate your burst effects to take their units out for you, essentially. and that can be very powerful. So if you can just leave this standing, it's perfectly fine, and it's nice. Otherwise, you'll get battle aces and lose your Kshatriya. It's not a big deal if you do swing, but just, think about those plays when it comes up. Now, moving forward, we're gonna go into these big guys here. Basically, suppression. Once you take out your opponent's shields, all we're doing with this deck is suppressing our opponent. Like, we're just trying to hit their shields twice, and that applies so much like pressure that they can't retaliate to our own shields. They have to deal with the Cubelli on the board. They have to deal with the G-Quux. And because we have so much ping damage, so much burn damage in the deck, our opponent really is not going to have units on the board. Even if they go wide, I've played turns where I've picked up like 3, 4 units all at once, and that's because we have so much damage. We have Kshatriya Link, and if it's on the board still, a Cubelli comes down, that's enough to take out like 2, 3 units right there. If we play G-Quux, that takes out another unit like our Anxas and Rick Doms and Rizels and stuff like that. Your opponent's not allowed to just play a random Rick Dom on turn like 8 or 9 or 10, because we can play the G-Quux and just pop their unit immediately. So anything that they might have left, like at 4 HP, 5 HP, we can pretty much play G-Quux. Even if they play a Freedom Gundam late into the game, 6 HP, we can play G-Quux on turn 9, ping 3 damage, play Battle Aces, pick it up, and it's gone, okay? So it's really, really useful to just get rid of things, and 6 damage is quite a lot if you can combo this together. So G-Quux is an awesome card, and it's honestly like the best boss monster in red. It really helps red kind of complete itself. Otherwise, we would just be playing Cubelli and going back to Sananju, and Sananju like kind of sucks in terms of like he breaks your hand. Not cards. The card sucks too much. I think there's still play for him because he's level 6 and has high maneuver and does 2 damage every single time. But G-Quux is a lot taller, a lot bigger, and he's got suppression all the time. Okay, and then its deployability doesn't need a pilot with it. So that's pretty much how you want to be utilizing um, these cards right here. That's how you want to be playing the burst style package, and then show resolves. We were playing Healthy Curiosity and those cards just to test them out, but having show resolve, you're gonna pick up all of your opponent's early game cards. Like if you're playing against aggro, kill everything, and then you're just gonna play multiple show resolves to get a huge card advantage upon them. And in those mid games, if you're playing against like let's say a blocker deck or a wing deck, they're playing a Lifrith and then another Lifrith. Like you don't even care. Just play a show resolve and draw more cards. Just draw more cards. Because we're only playing 8 pilots in the deck, it's important for us to just basically draw and get all our combo pieces and our links in our hand and understand exactly how many links we have. Can we link with the Cubelli suppression? We really do want to get the Cubelli suppression like off if we can. So having multiple Hamons in our hand is nice, or just even one Hamon. And when you don't have links in your hand, it's much better to just play the show resolve to try and dig for it, because our shields can kind of protect themselves in a way. Okay, so that's cool, which is why we're also trying to play the base on turn 1, then play like a Messer type, then a Kshatriya, Baby Kshatriya, then we play Baby Kshatriya Link or Big Kshatriya Link. We kind of go like forward with that and essentially just stall till the late game where we start playing all these big cards and doing a shit ton of damage to our opponent. Yeah, so hopefully that is a good enough explanation. I know the last video with Cyclops team, um, some of you guys enjoyed it. We got a lot of comments, so I appreciate that. Thanks for everybody who subbed and liked the videos and dropped your comments. I always like hearing, feedback from the community, whether it's positive or negative. I like knowing that you guys came back and said, "Oh, I won with this deck." My Tekkanen deck has been doing really, really well. A lot of the community, and I'm sure you guys have been seeing on YouTube, that deck is kind of like picking up a lot of steam. For me personally, it won every single mirror match I've ever played into a purple blue deck. So the mono purple deck kind of like beats the purple blue deck so far that I've seen, which is really, really nice. And it's kind of what we've been wanting. And hopefully in the future, we'll also get like a blue Merida Cruz, and we can kind of develop the full Kshatriya build. Maybe a new Haman and new Cubelli and stuff like that as well. Would be really, really nice for us. More burn spells, different bases, and so on. So if you guys like this content, you guys like the video, drop a comment, drop a like, share the video if you guys want. And I want you guys to go try this out. This deck does go on a lot of win streaks. I'm just going to tell you that now. It goes on a lot of win streaks. And because it is, I'm leaving this as, as it is on your screen right now. and I want you guys to go change it or test it out and get a feel for it yourselves. There's other people out there that also enjoy red blue, the combination of it, mostly because Kshatriya, Unicorn, and Merida Cruz are in it, and they have their own builds. They try to play like more early game stuff. I'm like, no, we're just gonna go late game. This is what I really really enjoy and build and went towards. The new Kshatriya that came out that draws your card, you can definitely fit it in here by kind of like one short resolve for one of those. But I do think that paying 5 resources for just a single card is a lot in a deck that is trying to do something by playing it, then doing a lot of ping damage. And we're already like, this Kshatriya is just simply, I think, better than the new one. All of that one does draw you cards, so if you try one, try two over the short resolves or other cards and see how you guys like it. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be seeing you on the next video and look forward to, hearing back feedback on how you guys enjoyed this deck in particular.